final research project, Theater History 1, Drama 371, Winter Term 2011, Leanna Kelly-Gagan.
Geographical comparison of Goldoni in Italy, Garrick in England, and Goethe in Germany in the 18th century.
Let's start off with Carlo Goldoni. He was born in 1707 and died in 1793. An Italian playwright and librettist, he collaborated with Vivaldi and Haydn. He changed the structure of Commedia dell'arte and its style of acting. He's most known for his two plays, The Servant of Two Masters and The Mistress of the Inn.
Commedia dell'arte, meaning Actors' Guild or play of professional artists in Italian, was a form of theater popular from 1550 to 1750. Commedia was known for its masks, fixed stock characters, barbaric and generic scenarios, exaggerated movement, anti-upper class, slapstick humor, and improvised lines. Most actors played one character throughout their careers. Poking fun at the rich, doing anything for cheap laughs, Commedia was public, lower-class entertainment.
In one of his most notable works, Arlecchino, Servant of Two Masters, written in 1743, Goldoni keeps the mask and stock characters. Here is a clip of the adaptation in Italy's Teatro Studio del Piccolo in 1994. Masks and costumes are used, and the stock characters' physicality traits are apparent.
Adesso andiamo a tocco l'altro in quell'altra casa. Ma fai pian pianissimo, che da quell'altro il patron che dorme. Guarda che faccia che da questo. Te vedi, ma averlo vicino. Questo che grunno mi fa paura, sangue. Piano!
E non è furo, devo stare attento, non vorrei che con la scusa di servire due padroni li fregasse tutte e due.
Sì, piano che dormi, sulla punta del piede, piano, ecco, guarda, ecco, te lo giuro. No, su!
Vai, così! Hai bisogno di qualcos'altro?
No, fatemi lì, faccio da parmi.
Va là, anche te sei un omone.
Sicuro?
Se resisti, ti stimo.
Ehi, lambrusco! Il preda mi guarda come si fa.
Che folla mia! Ma che fate che te adesso hai fatto piani grandi assieme che sono grandi passi, un po' la
Sì.
Allora chi me la somma e mezza quando la diceva studia, bestro di mitica, torna in verdite, deve sorprendere che va a studiare, ma si non ti e non ti dico altro.
The Mistress of the Inn was written in 753, and Goldoni had created different character names and did not use masks or characters' physicality traits. In this next clip of the adaptation, translated in English by the Freshwater Seas Theatre Company, Cavaliere, Il Conte, and Marchesi have an argument about Mirandolina, the owner of the inn where the men stay at.
Signor Cavaliere! It doesn't become you to laugh at the weaknesses of others when you have a heart as fragile as yours.
Just what do you mean by that?
Just that I know what's driving you crazy.
Can you tell me what he's talking about?
My friend, I haven't before you.
I'm talking about you. You say that you can't stand being around women, and yet here you are trying to steal Mirandolina's heart from me, a heart which I have already conquered.
Is he talking about me?
I'm not saying anything.
Look me in the eye and answer me. Aren't you ashamed of your behavior?
I'm ashamed of myself for listening to so much of this without telling you you're a liar.
You call me a liar?
Oh, this is getting real
really bad really fast.
Do you have any idea what you're talking about? He has no idea what he's talking about.
I'm not getting involved.
You are the liar!
I'll be on my way.
Stay right where you are!
And you'll give me satisfaction!
Yes, I will give you satisfaction! Give me your sword!
Oh, come now, you two, my dear Conte. What is it to you if the Cavaliere is in love with Mirandolina?
I love her? It's not true, and anyone who said so is lying!
Lying? I'm not the one who's lying. I'm not the one who said it.
Who then?
I say it and I mean it, and I'm not afraid of you.
Give me your sword!
No, I say.
Are you my enemy then as well?
Me, I'm friends with everyone.
You're being dishonorable.
I swear to God!
Don't be disrespectful to me.
If you are offended, then I will give you satisfaction as well!
Oh, go on, you're getting too hot. I don't like this anymore.
I demand satisfaction.
I will give it to you!
You don't know about that sword.
God damn it!
Cavaliere, it won't do you any good.
I'm not waiting any longer!
Here it is! What is this?
You broke my sword!
Then where's the rest of it? The scabbard's empty!
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I broke it during my last duel.
If you will allow me, I will go get my own sword.
I swear to God, you're not slipping through my fingers.
Who's slipping away? I feel like taking you home just as half a sword.
Ah, it's a Spanish blade. Don't worry.
You have the skill, Senior Braggart.
Yes, with this sword.
On guard!
Now let's move on to David Garrick. David Garrick was an English stage manager and actor at the Drury Lane Theatre. He changed the predominant approach to the 18th century acting in England. The predominant acting styles of the 18th century were described as bombastic and declamatory in England. Acting was exaggerated and plays were more of a spectacle for the actors themselves. They were prompted their lines, looked directly at the audience, and improvised. The 18th century became the era of fame and celebrity actors. People would not see theater for the play, they would come to see the stars in the play.
Garrick was one of the most successful and famous actors in the 18th century. He was an actor and stage manager at the Drury Lane Theatre. He disliked the bombastic acting style seen by those before him, and he believed in a more naturalistic approach to acting. It has been commonly considered that Garrick introduced a mighty change in stage delivery, that actors had never, until his time, been natural. He discarded looking at the audience and focused more on addressing the actors around him. He wanted to be more realistic when it came to acting and used gestures and movements to stimulate his audiences.
This is Garrick's example of how he changed theater. Garrick's adaptation of Hamlet was a remarkable event in theater history. December 18, 1772, it opened and ran until May 1776. It was very popular. Voltaire had famously called the play a vulgar and barbarous drama which would not be tolerated by the most ignorant audiences in France or Italy.
Lastly, we have Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. He was a German writer and philosopher. He structured German theater in the 18th century and was part of the Storm and Stress movement.
Goethe had been a part of the Storm and Stress movement with Johann Gottfried Herder. Sturm and Drang, meaning storm and urge, was the movement of music and writing that focused on wide-ranging adventures of independent-minded heroes. Writers were able to freely express their emotions and thoughts without any social boundaries. They were able to be more subjective in theater than objective.
Goethe believed the actors' rehearsal should be very strict and concise. He wrote rules for actors and believed actors should follow tedious and trivial rules for blocking and stage direction. He also established Stage German, where all actors performed just one dialect. He believed in historical accuracy in costumes and set design, but thought the actors were to address the audience and go with the avant-garde approach to acting. What do these three theater icons have in common? All three men wanted to be more authentic, genuine, and real in their works. Goethe, Garrick, and Goldoni changed what was predominantly known in German, English, and Italian theater. Goethe called for realism in wanting historically accurate costume and design. Garrick called for realism in his acting by being aware of his environment, addressing actors instead of audience. Goldoni called for realism by removing masks and creating more realistic scenarios. What distinguishes them? Goldoni removed masks yet kept stock characters in some of his works. Garrick made his own adaptations of Shakespeare's and other works, whereas Goldoni and Goethe wrote their own plays. Goethe, out of the three men, was the only one who did not take the realistic approach when it came to acting. He encouraged the actors to look and address the audience, whereas Garrick focused on his surroundings and the other actors. We can conclude that each theater icon was able to change what was commonly practiced in theater. Their innovative changes were sought as revolutionary in theater and were noted throughout history. Goldoni changing commedia, Garrick changing English theater, and Goethe changing German theater. This concludes my presentation. Have a good night.